Good morning. It's Friday morning. Time for Fridays with Frank. It's Scott Cullen here. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Cannata Report. It is great to be with you once again. Before I bring Frank out, don't forget, like, subscribe, and comment. And now, please welcome Frank Cannata. Hey, Frank, how's it going today?
Okay, Scott, it's good to see your smiling face on a Friday. I want to share with our audience a very special event that Carol and I attended this past weekend. Rick Bastinelli from Centric Business, who had sold his company to UBEO, had traditionally had a holiday party for his company, sort of a holiday time. Let's celebrate. Thank you for a great year, that type of stuff. This year, he added a retirement, and it was a combination holiday party, retirement party for Centric Business. And I have to say it was very worthwhile attending. Had Bob Goldberg was the master of ceremonies, and as you know from our experience with Bob, he's just great. Does such a wonderful job with all the guests and the speakers and everything like that. And what was, typically at these meetings, you get people who are currently involved with the company as manufacturer representatives showing up. In this case, we had Doug Albregts from Marco, Ed McLaughlin from Predictive Analytics, I think is the name of his company. I never get it right. And Mike Marusic. Now, what those three have in common is at one time or another, all three of them were presidents of Sharp. And Mike Marusic made the point that Ed and Doug had the same opportunity to work with Rick because he's been consistently on the dealer council since he joined the Sharp family. So multiple years and great service to Sharp, and they made it very clear. And each of them spoke about Rick's contribution and how much they valued what he had done. And Rick is the type of person, he asked me to introduce him. And he made it very clear when he asked me, he said, Frank, I don't want to make this a big do who are about me. This is about, I would really like to see more emphasis about Centric, and that people could understand how well respected we are throughout the country, and they have a lot to be proud of. I said, you can rest assured I'll do that. But I did make reference to the fact he didn't want me to say nice things about him. So I said, suck it up. We're going to say some nice things about you. And of course, we did. Well-deserved, and just a very, very special person. And one of the comments I made about him is he is always so quick to attribute his success to others. It's unbelievable. And I've known Rick quite a while now, and I've always been impressed when we had the opportunity to meet and kind of sit and talk one-on-one. And at one point I said to him, what do you ascribe your great success to? He said, well, thank you, for calling it a great success. And he said, but I have to say my mentor was Ben Simone. Ben was owner, as you well know, Scott, Copy World, and was very highly regarded. And Rick worked for him. And he felt he learned a lot. And I said, well, what was it about Ben that you felt you took from? He said, look, he said, Ben was out there talking about acquisitions long before anyone even thought about it. And he said, what I saw was an individual who was a thinker, and a thinker that had some appreciation of what you have to do going forward in this business. So yes, he was my mentor. And of course, Ben was there, and he was very appreciative of the remarks, but hey, he earned it. So why not? Congratulations to him, because he also has a son, Brent. There's a company called Stratix is doing pretty darn good too. So Ben's a good teacher. Any rate, getting back to Rick, Rick was the founder of American Co-op and wrote the Constitution. And I said to him, you should continue to serve as a member for that group because you're so well respected by all the dealers there. They would love to have you. And the truth of the matter was, yes, they wanted him to stay, but he said, I wrote the Constitution. In the Constitution, we said that once you're retired, you have to leave the organization. And he said during his period there, when members retired, they were asked to leave. So he doesn't want to make himself an exception, which is unfortunate. But that's the case. But what was gratifying to see, there were so many significant people from the industry there to wish Rick well. Obviously, the people from UBEO were there, and how pleased they were with what Rick has done. And they announced the person who is going to take Rick's place. And by the way, Rick, to congratulate his fellow team members on achieving their first $70 million goal, which is quite a leap forward in a very tough and a very competitive market. So congratulations, Rick. We wish you all the best, my friend. We'll look forward to seeing you in New York when we can do up the town right. You take care. And that's my story, Scott.